welcome back to Cravings and Adventures. Today I'm going to show you how to make the puris for Pani Puri or Golgappa. Now, this might seem like a very easy recipe, but let me tell you, I tried this 9 times before I got it right. There is a perfect balance between the semolina and the flour, the temperature of the oil, and how much water you put into the dough. It really is a science. But once you get it, you can be making this in your own home. Before I go any further with this recipe, do make sure you subscribe to my channel and make sure to ring the bell so you're notified every time I upload a new video. Now let's get cooking. I have 1 cup of Atta or Roti flour here. This is made from whole wheat, but it is used to make unleavened breads like rotis and puris. Whole wheat flour is actually much heavier because of the way it is processed. To this, I'm going to add half a cup of semolina, salt to taste, and I'm going to mix this together. To make this video for you, I had to learn how to make the puris. They are so readily available in the markets here in Toronto, but I'm making this video for those people that can't find these puris. Once this is mixed well, I'm going to add 1/4 to 1/2 cup of water, a little bit at a time, mixing it as I go. I've tried several recipes and I've made this 10 different times before I was ready to shoot this video. Pay close attention to the tips and tricks as it can be quite finicky. Many recipes call for more semolina than flour. I found that these resulted in a very heavy puri. Some recipes also call for using hot water, but I found that warm water works just as well. The success of your dough depends on how well you knead it. Since the proportion of flour is higher in this recipe, it's fairly easy to knead. However, it will get harder as the semolina absorbs the water. Knead this for at least 10 to 15 minutes. I will often switch arms while doing this. It's looking great now, so I'm going to cover it with a wet towel and I'm going to leave this alone for 30 minutes. Allowing enough time for the dough to rest is also very important. After 30 minutes, divide the dough in half. And if you poke the dough, it should bounce right back. Oil your surface and your dough and start to roll. Many have asked about this surface that I roll on, and someone even made a comment once that it was not clean. This is actually an old pizza stone that I bought many years ago. I love to use it for its large size, and it's not dirty, but it's simply stained by use in the oven. When you roll the dough, try to get it as even as possible, paying a special attention to the edges as well. Keep flipping the dough so it doesn't stick. Once this is thin enough, I'm going to use a cookie cutter to cut the circles. My smallest is 4 centimeters in diameter and the next size up is 6 centimeters. Personally, I find the 4 really small as it's difficult to stuff the puri, and I find the 6 centimeter cutter a little too big. But till I find something that's 5 centimeters, this will have to do. I'm now going to cut out the circles. I'm going to take all of the leftover bits and I'm going to squish it together and cover it in cling film and keep it aside. I'm going to transfer the circles to a tray and cover it with a wet cloth and proceed with the other half. These leftovers will also be rolled and you should get at least 8 puris out of all the scraps. The tip here is that your oil needs to be hot. The right temperature will convert the moisture into steam, puffing the puri as it hits the oil. I'm going to insert the first one in. Clearly, the oil is not hot enough as this puri is flat as a pancake. Let's wait a bit and try again. This is much better. The puri should sink to the bottom, and then as the water converts to steam, it pushes the puri to the top of the oil. Gently push down the puri with your spatula, and this will cause the puri to puff up. Cook this on both sides till it has a nice light brown color. Once the puris have color on both sides, I'm just going to remove them on some kitchen towel. Place them in a single layer, not one on top of another, as the heat from one can make the other soft again. This batch should yield about 40 puris, more if you use a smaller cookie cutter. Once they're all fried, just allow them to completely cool down. And you think we're done? No, these are now going to be fried for a second time. Like everything else, double frying it will make it super crispy. Make sure that the oil is nice and hot again and insert the cooked puris so they can crisp up. Remove these and drain them again. Once the puris are cool, you can store them in an airtight container. I like to use this oversized tin, and this is what it should sound like. I've discarded the mint stock and I'm going to pour the pani into a large bowl. The tikka or spicy water should be cold, so I'm inserting a few ice cubes into the water. When ready to serve, I'm going to add a quarter to a half cup of bundi in. This is a crispy snack made by dropping gram flour into hot oil, and it's available in all Indian stores or where Indian snacks are sold. Now that we have all four components together, it's Pani Puri or Golgappa time. I'm going to crack open the tops of some of the puris with my thumb, and I'm going to fill this with the potato and the mung mixture. I like to add some of that sweet tamarind and date chutney. And then dip it into the spicy tikka pani and serve. Just a note that my hands were freshly scrubbed, but if serving guests, always use a glove. Since many of my guests like sweet pani, I also have the watered down tamarind and date chutney here in a bowl, so I will add more of this before dunking it into the spicy liquid. This is great to make and serve at home for the family, but it's also great to share with friends, and it's so addictive. I warn you, one is never enough. Enjoy. Thank you so much for joining me on Cravings with Adventures. I hope you enjoyed this delicious recipe for puris for Pani Puri. Now, I have to say it was hard to master. I did try it several times. Don't give up. If you want to try making this in your own home, do try again. If you love this video, give it a thumbs up, leave me a comment below, and share it with your family and friends. And don't forget to follow me behind the scenes on all of my social channels. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, and Twitter. Until I see you next time, take care. Bye.